Welcome back. You're still watching Network Africa on Channels Television. Now, the nearly 2-year-old conflict in the world's newest country has come at a huge cost of lives lost and displaced persons. Thankfully, the international community is not asleep as they continue to do their part in mediating between the warring faction of President Salva Kiir and his sacked deputy Riek Machar. As things stand now, a total of 18 children have been reunited with their parents after being separated for a very long time.
Since civil war broke out in South Sudan in December 2013, thousands of families across the country have been separated. The world's newest nation and one of its poorest has been mired in a conflict that pits President Salva Kiir's SPLA army against troops loyal to rebel leader Riek Machar, a former deputy president. It's difficult to estimate the total, but about 8,789 unaccompanied, separated and missing children have been identified and registered by UNICEF and Partners for Family Tracing and Reunification, FTR services. Nearly 1,500 of these have been reunited with their families. One of the biggest reunions took place recently when 18 children between the ages of 4 and 15 living in the United Nations Protection of Civilians site in Bor town were reunited with their families in Akobo, an area near the Ethiopian border, currently controlled by opposition forces loyal to former South Sudan Vice President Riek Machar. Although the distance between the two towns is only 236 kilometers, the journey is inaccessible by road. Many of the separated families didn't even know whether their children survived the conflict because of repeated displacement and lack of phone network. To help reunite families, UNICEF introduced Rapid FTR, a versatile open-source mobile phone application and data storage system to South Sudan. The mobile phone app and project managed and implemented by UNICEF's partners, Save the Children and Non-Violent Peace Force, helps collect, store, and share information about unaccompanied, separated, and missing children. Once the families of the 18 children in Bor were found, the partners began the delicate process of linking children to the families.
We have been separated from our parents since the conflict, and since then we've never spoken to them. I thank UNICEF for helping us locate our parents in Akobo.
A lot of the separated children across the country live with neighbors or distant relatives.
Since the war broke out, these children have been separated from their parents. They were in the POC when it was attacked and when many people, including children, were killed. So these children got trauma.
It was the first time on a plane for all the children, and the journey of less than an hour was met with fascination and games.
I'm so happy to get my kid back alive. That is the only word that I can say, and thanks to the organization, particularly humanitarian organization.
For the families, there is a delicate sense of normalcy. Akobo has been peaceful for the most part, but conflict continues to race across the country and has displaced more than 2.2 million people, including an estimated 800,000 children.
Peace talks involving South Sudan can be traced back to 2013. That's what we're going to be looking at right now, the attempts at securing a peace deal on regarding the world's newest country. It started back in 2013. It went in a bid to broker a peace deal in the oil-rich country. Leaders of East African countries met in the strife-torn country's capital, Juba. The leaders of South Sudan's warring faction signed a peace deal on February the 1st in an attempt to end the conflict. Then the agreement between the warring factions trying to reach an agreement, they resumed talks on February the 20th and promised to finalize a peace deal by March the 5th. The following day, the talks between both factions collapsed when two principal leaders could not agree on almost all the outstanding issues on governance, security arrangements, reforms, power sharing and accountability, and justice, as well as reconciliation. The mediators now have until the 17th of August as the deadline for both parties to reach an agreement. Well, still to come on Network Africa. Today is Tuesday, June the 28th, and it's a day set aside to draw attention to hepatitis, a virus which kills as many as 1.4 million people annually.